What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimm. Today we're meeting another terrible parent, at least according to her kids here, and let's just say things get a little weird. So keep watching until the end to see just how dysfunctional this whole family actually is. Anyways, let's just meet this mom for now and go from there, shall we?
You told your kids that you had a brain tumor and it was going to kill you. Well, I've looked at your medical records and it says they're negative for having a mass, that you had.
So we are starting things off on the wrong foot here. Dr. Phil had to take her backstage and talk to her beforehand, before she went out on the actual stage, because apparently this woman is just a rampant liar and kind of rambles on and on. So he wanted to get some facts straight first out of the way. And wow, this woman has straight up lied to her kids this whole time about having a brain tumor that was apparently life-threatening. So that's a big yikes for me. Apparently this is one of the many lies that this lady has told over the years, and we're about to see some of them exposed today. So I'm hyped for this, to say the least.
When I was in Springfield, this was horrible.
Hang on, now don't just respond to my questions here. And I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't mean to be rude, but I do mean to be focused.
Basically, lady, shut up and just answer one dang question with a certain answer for once, please, is what Dr. Phil wanted to say here. Everyone knows people like this out there. You ask them something and legit, they just go on and talk about, seems like everything except for the answer to the question that you ask them. So, I mean, that's just so infuriating. And I'm sorry, lady, Dr. Phil's time is precious, all right? Like, you can't be wasting my man's day like this. Just answer the dang question.
You told one of your children that you were going to jail. You told the other two that you were having an operation.
I did go to jail for a while, but...
For what?
It was a driving citation.
Yo, this woman is just lying left and right, bruh. What is she gonna tell Dr. Phil next? That she's having a heart attack just to get out of this interview? Her face as he's just straight up exposing her as well is so hilarious. I mean, you can tell she's getting super defensive and kind of like, I don't know, stressed out at the whole situation. But I mean, I really don't know what you expected when you came onto the show. Of course, he's gonna have people doing some serious research into these crazy claims you seem to be making up about your life. If you didn't want to get exposed like this, maybe just don't appear on one of the biggest daytime television shows of all time. That's my advice, at least.
Now, according to Dustin, Chance, and Nova, their mother partied with strangers in the house, had Dustin care for his siblings, and we're talking when he's a teenager.
So yeah, now the kids are on stage talking to Dr. Phil, and here we start to see, just how bad this mom has messed up when it came to raising her kids. She prioritized going out and partying like some college-aged kid rather than actually parenting when she had 3 children to take care of. And when it came to actually parenting her kids, she said to herself, you know what, I'm just gonna have my kid that's now an adult, he just turned 18. Yeah, I'm just gonna sign over custody of his 2 younger siblings over to him so that he can take care of them because I really don't want to. I mean, one thing I can say is hopefully, for those of you out there that complain about your moms and you whine and saying, oh my God, my mom's so terrible, this will hopefully put it into perspective just how much worse it could be. I mean, this lady is a terrible, terrible parent, and I'm going to be saying that a lot this video, but I mean it. She literally abandoned her kids multiple times and lies to them throughout their whole childhood. I don't know what she expects when they turn around and hate her as adults. And I've said that about a lot of parents, about them being bad on this show before, but this one sticks out like a sore thumb to me. I mean, who actually does this stuff to their kids? The other ones are just bad at parenting in terms of like they don't discipline their children enough, but her, she just straight up ignores them.
Now you say she disappeared for 1 to 2 months at a time?
Yes. She told me one day that she had to go to jail for something that she did.
Bruh, imagine being like 16 years old and your mom walks into your room saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to jail for a crime I did. You got to go live with your super old aunt or grandma until I'm back. Okay, bye. Like what? Are you just not going to give me more information or like try to comfort me as your kid after I hear this devastating news? This lady is super cold-hearted. Like, half of the stuff that has been said and noted in this video so far just seems so far-fetched. I don't actually understand how someone could be so heartless to their own children. Like, I get it if you hate your life, and you want to self-sabotage yourself, but your poor innocent children who didn't choose to have you as a mom need you to be there to help them grow up, or else they're just going to have terrible lives after that.
Chance and I had come home from our father's house, and we had recently had a conversation with her about how we felt as though we were better off living with our father. So when we had come home to go back into the house, we were locked out and we were told, Sonia said, you're not welcome in the home.
So basically, when it comes to the mom locking her own kids outside in the middle of winter and not letting them into her home, that is all because the kids told her that they wanted to live with their father mainly, and to try that out since she keeps partying and disappearing all the time. Oh, by the way, yeah, the whole jail thing that she was, told her child that she was going to jail and then told the younger ones that she was having some crazy operation and then disappeared for a couple months. Well, the story behind that is she legit just ran off to go meet up and live with some guy across the country for a couple of months. So yeah, she really just does not care about these kids, sadly.
I was a terrible mother.
Hold on.
And
So,
You
were
know
your
what's
own
bad?
God.
Is that you loved yourself so much, we still to this day don't know how to love ourselves.
Okay, so now this is getting super intense. I mean, you got the three of them standing arm to arm like it's a game of Red Rover, and across this giant stage is the mom just sitting there whining, calling herself a victim, boo-hoo. I mean, when you have the audience, like literally everyone in the audience actually, screaming at you, stop talking about yourself, that's probably a big indicator that you need to listen to your dang kids that you haven't seen for 3 years and 8 years respectively, and not be so caught up on your own life story, because this isn't about you, this is about your children. And these poor kids probably just want to have their mom hear them out so that they can have a dialogue between them, instead of the mom playing the victim card and just creating more lies to cover up for her own shame.
what do you need from me, Nova? I know that I was terrible, but I would love to be in your
Stop right
guys'
there.
life. Yeah.
What I need for you is to stop making everything about you. Because you've reached out, you have.
She literally cannot go half a sentence without making it about herself. Oh my God, this woman is ridiculous and so into herself. That's probably super annoying to have to deal with as her kids as well. I mean, I don't even understand why they would want to talk to her after all that I've heard, but obviously she's nothing but a toxic presence to be in their lives, and they would probably enjoy their lives a lot more not having that annoying woman sitting on the sideline ruining their mood every time they thought about her. Just drop that relationship. I mean, it's hard to do, but it's probably for the best since, she legit ditched you guys all throughout your childhood and left you out in the freezing cold to just starve and fend for yourself. Hey, you guys made it pretty far into this video, so before we continue, I'd like to challenge you to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an upload of mine. And if you're quick enough, in the next 5 seconds, I'm gonna reward you with 100 pairs of Yeezys. I know they aren't as hype as they once were, but still, that's a flex. Anyways, on with the rest of the video.
It's about us, not you.
The audience is into this one, bruh. They're probably rooting for these kids so much. I've skipped a lot of clips so far just to, for time to make sure you guys only get the juicy stuff, but they've been clapping pretty much any time the children talk, which is good. I hope that's straight up embarrassing to the mom, as she deserves that after what she has done to her daughter and 2 sons.
I honestly don't know if there's anything that I can do to let you into my life,
so
especially because
sorry.
I have a family. And
So sorry.
I have a daughter, and I'm happy.
All right, there we go, bruh. Flex on her. This is like when you break up with your ex and you show them just how happy and awesome your life is without them. But instead of an ex, it's your terrible old mom that treated you like garbage and forced you to raise up your younger 2 siblings right as you turned 18, basically robbing you of your early adulthood. Props to this dude, man. If he's out here living life and happy, like I said, he doesn't need this terrible presence in his life. He can just drop his mom out of the picture and not have to worry about her anymore, and she can live her own sad life. I kind of hope the rest of this video is just them flexing on her about how happy they are without her, because that would just be super poetic.
Mom, over the years, you've missed almost every important thing that has to do with me. You've forgotten my birthday countless years, and only to mention it days later, you missed every single dance I ever had while I was in high school.
Sheesh, well, this got even more depressing really fast. I'm thinking back to how awesome and involved my mom was in most of my early life, so just thinking of being robbed of that experience is heartbreaking. Like, this kid must have had such a hard time at times growing up, and that being paired with the responsibility of having to be basically a makeshift parent to his younger 2 siblings, oh, that just makes me sad to think of all the fun times he missed out on, and all the emotional trauma that this terrible woman has caused him over the years.
Yeah, I couldn't go to your college because I think that we weren't talking.
Please, this is a time to listen.
The hand. Dr. Phil gave her the hand, bro. Yes. Oh, wow, this is the spiciest I've seen this room in a long time. Like, every time this woman talks, she's just taking out the shovel and digging herself a bigger hole. And you can tell the entire audience just hates her guts, rightfully so. Dr. Phil's gonna have a riot on his hand if he lets her keep talking, so he just shuts her up and gives her the hand instead. What an absolute legend. I'll say it again, I've said it 100 times already, but I'm glad it seems like they are at least normal adults and were able to somehow push through that terrible time growing up. Their father seems like he wasn't in the picture as much, and the mom was just a total piece of work. So that's about as much as I can handle of this woman today. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.